Okay, so we're going to do a basic haul here. I've got the ropes already attached to the casualty. Both ropes have been clipped into the casualty's chest. It keeps them in a nice upright position, and if something was to go wrong and they were to fall onto the backup, they're still kept in that same good upright position. This does rely on you having the ropes attached already, so you would either have to do that yourself before you came up, or if you had a helper that could help attach the casualty for you at ground level. But if you can attach to the harness itself, that does make your life quite a lot simpler. So the first rope I'm going to set up is the backup rope. So to do that, I'm going to have an ASAP as a backup, and you want to be a little bit careful here that you put the rope in the ASAP the right way round. So upside down compared to normal, you'd open it up, put it in. Good idea to give it a function check. So if we hit the lock switch, give it a pull, just double check that is working. And I'm going to add a carabiner that just makes the rope run nicely through there as well. So for our other rope, we need some kind of clutch in the system. So I'm going to use a rig descender here. I could be using an ID. I could use a Maestro, which would make the whole system a lot more efficient because there's less friction, but we're going to go with the rig. So I'll open it up, load the rope in, and I'm going to attach that into here. And again, it's a good idea to give it a function check, just make sure the rope is running as it should be. So I'm going to haul it up with a 3-to-1 here. So to build a 3-to-1, I will get a pulley. So I'm going to put the pulley onto the control rope, clip that into a third anchor sling. Not essential that you use the third anchor sling, but it keeps it nice and neat and organised. And I'm going to have another pulley into the loop. And that pulley is going to be attached to a hand descender to give us that mechanical advantage. So when you're putting this hand descender on, make sure it's on the rope that goes up into the rig. It's going to go on upside down compared to normal, and you're going to attach the pulley to the hand descender. Now you can go into either this end or this end, it's really not going to matter too much. I'm in the habit of going into the head end of the hand descender, but if you do that, just make sure that you come in from the opposite side of the handle and that you have the rope inside the carabiner. Okay, so I'll check all the gates are done up. You could then slide that down quite a long way, but I'm always a bit paranoid about doing that if carabiners get cross-loaded. It also puts more rope in the system, so you've got more stretch to deal with as well. So I'm going to haul away now so I can start pulling down on that rope. And regularly, I'm going to pull through on the backup, send my hand sender down again, keep bringing it up, until we get the dummy nice and high. Okay, so it depends what we're wanting to do with the dummy at this point. If you want to take it across onto the platform here, we've probably got enough height. We could connect a grille on or the end of a rope, do a little cross haul onto the platform. If you need to get a little bit more height, what you could do, disconnect the pulley from the hand descender. Make a bit of space. And you could connect this pulley into the D-ring on the casualty's chest. Still a 3-to-1, it just gives us a little bit more room where you can take the dummy up nice and high. So once you've got it up as high as you're going to get it, we can remove the extra pulley that we don't need. So I'm just going to demonstrate how you would take the dummy across and maybe land it on a higher platform now. So to do that, I've got an extra anchor sling that I've put in here. I could use the tail end of the rope. I've got a grille on my harness, which is nice and handy, so I'm just going to go with that. So I'm going to clip the grille into the casualty's chest, take in the excess slack there, and then I can just lower off on the original descender. So as I come down, the dummy is going to come across. I can pay a little bit of slack into there. I can then come down a bit on the grille. A little bit more slack on this side. We're basically on the platform now, but I'll just lower off the rest of the weight. And we have our dummy onto the platform.